Now, from the Global News Center, the Halifax Evening News with Ron Kronstein.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. Only days after the last storm, another storm is barreling down on the province within the next few hours. In a moment, global weather specialist Alex Hayter will tell us how much to expect and when it's all going to start. But first, the non-stop snow has many of us lamenting that this has to be the worst winter ever. But is it? Global's Rebecca Lau takes a look.
Just when Haligonians thought it couldn't get any worse, there's more snow on the way.
In through the Halifax area, we are expecting the snow to get pretty heavy by morning hours, and the winds will be picking up as well.
All this has many of us asking, just when will the snow stop? City crews are wondering the same thing.
If you have this many snowstorms spread out through 5 months, that's a lot of work. Cram them into 2 months, and you've just amplified the amount of work, right? We have staff that have been going around the clock. 7 days a week, work has been getting done.
Although it might feel like we've had a record-breaking winter, we're far from it. As of yesterday, Halifax had received 235 centimeters or 7.7 feet of snow. Compare that with the record set in 1971 when we had 475 centimeters. That's a whopping 15 and a half feet of snow. Record-breaking or not, this is an unusually bad winter. February saw unseasonably cold temperatures, keeping all the snow on the ground.
We have these cold Arctic air masses coming from northern Canada, colliding essentially with the warm, moist air masses off the ocean. And this is always going to make Halifax a stormy place. But what makes this worse than usual is that contrast in air masses is more extreme than usual.
It's enough to have many of us dreaming of patio weather.
Spring officially starts on Friday, but that doesn't mean this wintry weather will end. In fact, meteorologists are already keeping an eye on another system that could impact us this weekend. Rebecca Lau, Global News, Halifax.
And while city crews are busy plowing and removing snow over the next 24 hours, they're asking motorists to stay off the roads if possible. Residents are urged to postpone non-essential travel because visibility will be poor. Plus, plows will need room to maneuver on the roads. Halifax transit officials say they will decide by 9 o'clock tonight whether buses will be on the road for the morning commute. We'll have the latest on that for you on social media and, of course, at 11. And as you can imagine, the overnight winter parking ban is in effect at 1 a.m. Now, for more on just how much snow we're going to get and when it's actually going to start, we're joined now live in our studio by global weather specialist Alex Hayter. Alex, it's frustrating for everybody. A lot of people feel like giving up, but give us the latest there.
Oh, I know, Ron. Don't shoot the messenger here. Looking at our satellite and radar image, you can see what's happening in Halifax. It's cloudy, but we're starting to see some of the snow moving down from New Brunswick in throughout southwestern areas of Nova Scotia. We will begin to see that light snow moving into Halifax around 8 o'clock tonight, but it really intensifies overnight as we head into Wednesday morning. So here's a look at just how much snow we are going to be seeing by the end of the day Wednesday. Halifax, we're talking anywhere between 15 to 25 centimeters. Yarmouth, along the South Shore, there 15 centimeters, but it's in throughout Sheet Harbour, up towards Pictou, even in Port Hawkesbury, that pink area, 20, maybe 35 centimeters of snow. And in PEI, we're looking at 10 to 25. Lots of snow on the way. We're certainly going to be digging out throughout the day tomorrow. That's a quick update. I will be back later on in the show with all of the details. Ron?
Thanks so much, Alex. Now, the cleanup after tonight's storm is expected to be a slow cleanup. In fact, the city has already warned it could be next week until road conditions improve. And now a city councillor is calling on residents to help dig the city out. Here's Global's Maya Aswad.
75-year-old Jean Mumbercat was out clearing the sidewalk in front of her home this morning.
The city's not doing the job that I hoped they were doing.
Mumbercat says she's had to rely on her neighbors to help clear the snow around her home, and this is her way of giving back.
I'm just doing my part to get rid of it.
Also doing his part is Ryan Jordan. After clearing his sidewalk, he's helping his neighbors do the same.
I'm sure I needed help. I'm sure they'll come up and do mine. So, you scratch my back, I scratch your back.
He says it's an attitude the whole neighborhood shares.
My neighbor across the street was over there yesterday doing the fire hydrant over there, so you have to do it.
It's that community spirit that City Councillor Wei Mason is calling for. In a blog this morning, Mason warned street and sidewalk conditions in Halifax are only going to get worse.
Roads are not going to get wider. Sidewalks aren't going to get plowed by a little John Deere tractor. That we are getting to the point where there's so much snow on the ground that it's a crisis, and that we all need to dig in and help out.
Mason says discussions about what went wrong with the cleanup this winter have to wait. Right now, he's asking anyone who's able-bodied to help clear the snow.
We're going to be looking at what the city did and seeing if we could have done a better job, but that won't get the snow off the sidewalks.
Whatever the problem is or wherever the fault lies, pointing fingers right now isn't going to do anything about solving the problem.
Paul Vino plans to pitch in. He also organized the Halifax Big Dig Out to get people out into the streets this Thursday after the latest dumping of snow.
The whole spirit for the whole city to go out into the street on Thursday and kick butt, get rid of the snow, and get ready for spring.
Maya Aswad, Global News, Halifax.